Hey guys, my name is Brandon and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see in here, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button so you stay notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's get straight on with today's video. Hey everyone and welcome back to Is That More Brandon. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a review to the 14th episode of I'm a Celebrity to Get Me Out of Here 2024. So at this point we've found out that Jane is obviously the first campmate to leave I'm a Celebrity, so we have 11 campmates left. Maura explained that she slept in the rain, her bed is soaking, and obviously this was before Jane had left, so OT had come to the conclusion that someone was going to be leaving the jungle, and it doesn't obviously make the situation easy. Jane said she's put her all into the situation, she would like to stay a little bit longer, and Dean said that he's prepared himself to be going, thinking that he may be going first. Maura said to Jane that she's always encouraged people and pep talked her, and GK said that Jane was the glue that had held the camp together, with Talisa asking who's going to be doing the washing up with her, and I think this was just after Ant and Dec had revealed that they had been, that she had been evicted from the jungle. Up next was the next trial. This was called Jungle TV Dinners, and this was for 2 campmates to do. It was Reverend Richard and Talisa, who I believe had put themselves forward, with Talisa saying she wanted to try and get more stars. Ant and Dec were flicking through different TV shows, obviously with slightly alternative names, and they had to then eat a dish that kind of was in reference to that television show. So for example, the first show was called Reeky Blinders, aka Peaky Blinders. So Reeky, potentially something to do with fish. So Richard had to eat fermented mudfish, 2 spoonfuls of that. Up next was Made in Helsea. Talisa had to have a fermented duck egg with a little jumper. She didn't use the jumper to eat, she just used it to kind of wipe her mouth, which was quite cute. You had Down Tongue Abbey, which Richard had to eat a bull's tongue. Britain's Snot Talent, Talisa had to eat a cow's nose. Dancing on Mice, Richard had to eat 4 mice feet and 2 mice tails, with Talisa saying that that is bad. Ant and Dec Limitless Limbs, Talisa had to eat 2 whole spiders, and she explained that it popped, there was juices, and it was also creamy, so probably not the best thing to eat. Love Island, Richard had to eat a large fisheye. The Bardashians, Talisa had to have a sheep's testicle. Line of Booty, Richard obviously had to eat bum. Gogglecocks, Talisa had to have a goat's penis. Married at First Fright, with both of them having to have a camel's in between their legs, vagina. And finally, Talisa explained she got a full house of stars. She believes she's redeemed herself. So yeah, it was an eating trial. So it was a very much backwards and forwards, Ant and Dec flicking programme. They would alternate from what they were going to eat, and they managed to do their final one together. I think Reverend Richard took the lead on the final one, and she kind of looked over and was just like, actually, you know what, I'm just going to do it. GK said to Alan that he's going to have all of the women flocking at him after the show. Maura said she wasn't sure if she would have done that eating challenge herself, with obviously Talisa explaining to GK that the legs of the spiders were kind of like flicking around with the cream. Oti then began massaging Colleen, massaging her legs with Alan's golf club. She potentially said that she wanted another child and eventually would have to give up dancing for her children. And Colleen said that everyone's got an opinion. She knows that a lot of women have said that working is a lot easier than being a housewife. That actually being a housewife is a lot more difficult. And again, for the 3rd time, we found out that there were going to be new leaders in camp. Oti said to Danny that she said that Danny walks weird, Colleen adding like a duck. And GK said to OT that her and the other campmates were going to be involved in the Oti Mabuse catwalk. Dean said that Colleen looked good and it almost looked like Danny had soiled his pants. Oti gave 10 out of 10 for effort and everyone for turning up on time. And there was obviously a secret ballot for new campmates, leaders, with Danny and Barry, who were not able to be reflected or re-elected, and the campmates were not able to discuss. The people that were chosen to be camp leaders were Oti and Reverend Richard, with Colleen saying that she can't cook. So in terms of the duties, Colleen and Dean were on wood, Maura and Barry were on washing up, Talisa and GK were on cooking or camp chefs, Melvin and Danny on maintenance, Alan and Danny on water. Because there was an odd amount of people and an equal amount of tasks, one person had to do 2 tasks, so Danny was on maintenance and water, and he said he hopes it's not too much for him and he hopes he gets fed well. Colleen was talking to Oti and Dean, saying that they have a few bars in their house and a posh bar outside the dining room. Oti said she would love a fish pond in her house, and Colleen said that they've also got 2 lakes and a football pitch with an underground tunnel. So it seems like Colleen doesn't have a house, she has like a mansion, because she's got 3 bars, a posh bar, a football pitch and 2 lakes. So that's quite a lot for just a house, but yeah, she basically explained that she doesn't really speak about the layout or the build of her house. She doesn't want to come across as boasting. She's just kind of talking about it as it is. And Dean also asked her whether the term wag had gone away, with Colleen saying no, the term is still there. I guess it's being used less and less and less, because it's not just this person is someone's girlfriend, it's this person is this person, and they have their own traits and their own, you know, skills and knowledge and things like that. So it's not just someone's girlfriend, they are not just a piece of meat. They are someone's partner, wife, girlfriend, whatever, and they actually stand for their own things as well. So hopefully that term does go away, because it shouldn't just be this person's a footballer's wife, that's all they do. They probably work hard. They probably work just as hard as the person they're in the relationship with, if not harder, because they're obviously having to deal with the kids when the guys are away or whatever. So yeah, hopefully that term does go away, because I feel like it is kind of offensive, depending on obviously who you say it to. Some women are absolutely fine with it, I presume, but yeah, I'm presuming most are like, well, actually, don't call me that. Like, I have my own loyalties and my own things to stick by. And then for dinner, these final 11 campmates had kangaroo tail, Barina, rainbow shard, and penantos. That's what Melvin had tried to pronounce. Again, not really 100% sure what any of that is, apart from the kangaroo. Obviously had GK on the cooking with Talisa, and Oti basically said that GK had kind of burnt the rice, but she'll be fine when she's directed. And GK explained that Talisa has the patience of a saint. So I think Talisa was kind of on main food prep, and GK was kind of doing just like the vegetables and the salads and whatever. Somehow she managed to burn the rice, and Talisa managed to kind of recover it and get them some sort of dinner. Oti also explained that obviously everyone had voted for Reverend Richard. She was the only one that didn't. And he basically said that he voted for himself. So he kind of giggled a little bit. And then Maura said that her one vote was from Richard, but it wasn't. Dean said this is the most rain he's seen, and Alan said that you've got to enjoy it, you've just got to make the most of the experience that you've got. So that was the end of episode 14, Saturday's episode. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. If you did enjoy my weekly episode as well, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. As that was the weekly review of episode 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. But until my next video, thank you for watching, and I will see you for week 3 very, very soon. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.